So welcome to this physics lecture, class 12th, chapter 1st, electrostatic. And today's topic is electric field due to a charged spherical shell. So इससे पहले हमने किया application of Gauss law, how to find out electric field due to a line charge distribution, means charge is distributed on a wire. और उसके कारण हमने इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कैलकुलेट किया. द फर्स्ट एप्लीकेशन ऑफ द गॉस लॉ, किसी लाइन के ऊपर, इनफाइनाइट लाइन के ऊपर, इनफाइनाइट वायर के ऊपर चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है और उसके कारण हमने किसी फाइनाइट डिस्टेंस पे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कैलकुलेट किया. दैट वाज द फर्स्ट एप्लीकेशन ऑफ द गॉस लॉ. और यहाँ पे कंडीशन क्या थी कि जो चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है वो सिमेट्रिकल हो, मींस जो हम वायर लें या रोड लें उसका 50% पार्ट और दूसरा 50% पार्ट, मीन दोनों सेगमेंट पे चार्ज डेंसिटी सेम हो, तभी वी कैन अप्लाई द गॉस लॉ. जो सेकंड पार्ट के अंदर हमने किया, वी टुक एन इनफाइनेटली लार्ज शीट, बहुत बड़ी शीट को हमने लिया, इनफाइनेटली लार्ज शीट को लिया और उसके कारण हमने इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड फाइंड आउट किया. और बहुत ही अमेजिंग रिजल्ट हमें इनफाइनाइट शीट के अंदर मिला. और वो अमेजिंग रिजल्ट क्या था कि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू एन इनफाइनाइट शीट ऑन आइदर साइड दैट इज इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ आर, डिस्टेंस आर पे डिपेंड नहीं करेगा. सो ऑलरेडी यू कैन गो थ्रू दैट वीडियो एंड जस्ट make your concept clear on the electric field due to infinite rod. So today we are taking electric field due to a charged spherical shell. और उस चार्ज स्फेरिकल शेल में हम तीन केसेस को स्टडी करेंगे. पहला केस कि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड आउटसाइड द शेल स्टडी करेंगे. सेकंड केस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ऑन द शेल स्टडी करेंगे. एंड द थर्ड केस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड विद इन द शेल स्टडी करेंगे. ये तीन केस हम वन बाय वन लेके चलेंगे और इसका ग्राफ हमें स्टडी करना है. तीनों केसेस के अपने अपने ग्राफ हैं, वो ग्राफ हमें स्टडी करना है. सो लेट अस गो फॉर दैट. सो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू ए चार्ज स्फेरिकल शेल. सो already, because this is the application of Gauss law, so we have to deal with the flux coming out through the spherical shell, because charge is over the spherical shell. So let me just draw that. So I take a shell. This is a shell. Imagine it's a three-dimensional. So charge is there. So let me take the positive charge is there on the shell, and it is a symmetrical distribution of charge. Symmetrical distribution of charge means I divide this shell into two parts, the upper half and the lower half, that they will have same surface charge density sigma. The same surface charge density, same in the upper part, and same surface charge density in the lower part. If I divide this into two vertical halves, left and right, again the charge density in the left side, that will be equal to charge density in the right side. So the case is symmetrical case. Now we are in a free hand to apply the Gauss law, and the Gauss law says that the total flux coming out that is equal to total charge enclosed, Q enclosed, total charge enclosed divided by epsilon naught. So we already know this concept because the symmetric distribution is there, so we can apply the Gauss law. And we also know that surface charge density, that can be written as charge upon area, and charge is Q and area is 4 pi r square, where r is the radius of this shell. So the radius of the shell is r. So this is the shell we have. Now we can find out this Q and can put the value here. So phi is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square divided by epsilon naught. So this is the flux. This is the flux. Now we also know that this flux can be written as phi is equal to integral surface integral closed surface integral E dot ds. So let us go for all these equations. So first I will erase these, and then I will proceed for the derivation of electric field due to the rod. So the first case I will take a shell, and the charge is there on the shell. So let me just put the charges on the shell. So this is my shell having symmetric charge distribution. The charges are distributed. It may have negative charge also, but here I am taking the case of positive charge. So symmetrical charge distribution is there, and the radius of the shell is r. The radius is r. Okay, so the radius is r, and we take a point P here. We take a point P here. So let me take a point P here. This is my point P where I am interested to find electric field at P. It means EP. What is EP? So I am interested in electric field at point P. So the electric field is going out, radially outward in this direction, in this direction. So electric field is radial. Electric field is going out in all the direction, because positive charges are distributed uniformly. So electric field is going in all the direction. Okay. Now, so this is the graph. After derivation, we will discuss the graph. So let me first go for the derivation part. So let us go for the derivation. So we know that phi flux is equal to E dot A, and this is A, and closed surface integral. And before this phi, we have d phi. D phi is equal to E dot d A, and this can be written as is equal to E dA cos theta. E dA, directly we will apply this formula, E dA cos theta, where theta is the angle between E and dA. So let me take, I enclose my shell. The radius of the shell is r, and I enclose this shell in a Gaussian surface. So this is my Gaussian surface. So this Gaussian surface encloses my shell. I took a point P at a distance r from the center of the shell, and we are interested in EP. What is the EP at this distance r? So I take a small element. I can take here small area element of area dA. So this is dA. We can take this dA on the Gaussian surface, or even we can take this dA over here. That is our choice. That's not a problem. So dA को हम Gaussian surface पे लें या dA को हम shell के ऊपर लें, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. So इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इस डायरेक्शन में है, और डीए का जो नॉर्मल वेक्टर है वो भी इस डायरेक्शन में है. सो ई और डी के बीच में एंगल हो गया 0. सो डी फाई की जो वैल्यू आ गई वो 0,1. सो डी फाई इज इक्वल टू ई डॉट डी ए. ये हमारे पास डी फाई की वैल्यू आ गई, और हमें कैलकुलेट करना है फाई. सो वी विल इंटीग्रेट. हमने इसको इंटीग्रेट किया, इसको भी हमने इंटीग्रेट किया, राइट साइड को भी क्लोज इंटीग्रल हमने किया. सो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड यहाँ पे फिक्स है. सो इंटीग्रेशन डी फाई इज इक्वल टू इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज कांस्टेंट, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इसका फिक्स है क्योंकि इसके ऊपर चार्जेस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन फिक्स है, सो उसके कारण एक कांस्टेंट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जनरेट होगा, so that can be taken outside the integral, closed integral, and inside the closed integral we have this dA. So we can write d phi, d phi becomes phi, this becomes phi, and E जैसे का तैसा हमने यहाँ पे लिख दिया, and this dA, this becomes A, this becomes A, and this is equal to E dot 4 pi r square, 4 pi r square. So ये हमने phi की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट की, एंड ऑलरेडी वी नो दैट phi हमने अभी बैक जो स्लाइड थी उसमें हमने कैलकुलेट किया था, तो phi हमारे पास कितना था, phi was equal to q charge enclosed and epsilon naught, charge enclosed and epsilon naught. So let me take, this is equation number 1. So this was the equation number 1 from the Gauss law, and this is my equation number 2. This is my equation number 2. And from these equation, left hand side they are equal, so I can equate the right hand side. So how I will equate E into 4 pi r square, 4 pi r square, 4 pi r square, r is the radius, r square is equal to q over epsilon naught. So this, we are interested in this E, so this E becomes equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught into r square. So this is our final result, or we can say E is inversely proportional to 1 over r square. Here r is replaced by small r because the point is outside. So this is small r, this capital R is replaced by small r, so I can take it small r here. So E is inversely proportional to 1 over r square. And notice that this is the same result as we are getting due to a point charge. This is the same result. If we are calculating electric field due to a point charge at certain distance r from the charge, so we are getting the same result. E is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square. R is the distance of that charge, which is q. So now, अब शेल के कारण भी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड उतना ही आया है जितना किसी एक सिंगल चार्ज के कारण आता है. So ऐसा क्यों है? क्योंकि when we are outside the shell behave like a point charge because this r is much greater than r, radius of shell से बहुत ज्यादा दूर हैं हम. So in that case, जब हम उसको फील्ड ऑफ व्यू करेंगे, हम उसको ऑब्जर्व करेंगे शेल को, तो शेल हमें एक पॉइंट चार्ज की तरह नजर आएगी. जैसे वी आर लुकिंग एट द स्टार आर क्वाइट बिग ऑब्जेक्ट, बट बिकॉज दे आर वेरी फार अवे फ्रॉम अस, सो वो हमें पॉइंट ऑब्जेक्ट दिखाई दे रहे हैं. सो सिमिलरली व्हेन वी आर ऑब्जर्विंग फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट द शेल बिहेव्स लाइक ए पॉइंट सोर्स. सो दिस रिजल्ट शोज दैट व्हेन द observed point is outside the shell will give the same result as a single charge is given. So हमें यहाँ पे ऐसा लगेगा कि whole of the charge that is concentrated at the center of the shell. So this is the result. Now इसमें कुछ और इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं. सो फाइनल रिजल्ट इज E is equal to Q, और यहाँ पे Q को हम बिकॉज हमने डिस्कस किया, लेट मी इरेज सम ऑफ द थिंग्स एंड जनरेट स्पेस. और यहाँ पे हम इस फार्मूले को थोड़ा डेंसिटी की फॉर्म में भी लिख सकते हैं. सो ये जो रिजल्ट है इसको हम ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, बिकॉज वी नो सिग्मा इज इक्वल टू Q अपॉन एरिया 4 pi r square, 4 pi r square. So this Q becomes equal to, Q is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square, 4 pi r square. So replace Q, so put the value of Q over here, and what we will get, we will get E is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, 4 pi epsilon naught into r square, into small r square. So from this, now we can discuss some special cases. So let me discuss those special cases. But before that, let me generate some space so that I can write. So let me take the first case. And the first case is case one, when r is equal to r. मीन्स ये हो गया कि जब हम सरफेस पे हैं, सरफेस पे हैं, शेल के सरफेस पे हैं, सो तब क्या होगा. सो यहाँ पे ये E कितना आ जाएगा, E इज इक्वल टू, अब यहाँ पे इसको पहले सोल्व कर लो. 4 pi is gone and this result can be written as sigma into r square divided by epsilon naught into small r square. Now when r becomes equal to r, so this is the case, r is small r is equal to capital R. So r square that will cancel and we will get sigma upon epsilon naught. So this is the electric field at the surface. So let me just erase all these things. Electric field at the surface in terms of charge density. So this is the surface and the electric field at the surface, it is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. Okay. And the second case, if we go inside the shell, what will happen? So inside the cell, charge is not there. So this charge density, this is 0. Charge density is 0. So E is equal to 0 inside the shell because there is no charge density. So electric field is 0. So now see carefully how the electric field is varying. Electric field at the surface is independent of R. It is independent of R. Means when small r, when the point P is kept at the surface, then the small r is equal to capital R. So the electric field is this. So this is the maximum value of electric field, maximum. And this is that maximum electric field. So we can say this is the maximum value of electric field. And after that, R becomes greater than, if we take the R over here, so R becomes greater than R. So in that case, electric field decreases. As the R increases, so by this formula, electric field decreases. And if we move toward the center of the shell, because the charge density is 0, so electric field is 0. So let me summarize all these things. And then we will conclude the whole lecture. Okay, so this was our shell. The total surface charge was on the surface, so it is called surface charge. And this was our Gaussian surface. And finally, we find electric field is equal to E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R square. It is the same electric field which is due to a point charge. So point charge also gives the same electric field. So from this equation, we conclude that if we are at this point, So for this point, this shell will behave like a point charge. We will perceive that whole of the charge which is present on the surface, that is supposed to be concentrated at the center of the shell. So the shell will behave like a point charge. It is giving the same result as a single charge electric field is there. So variation of E with R for a spherical shell, that is shown. Now already we discussed all these things. E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. It is due to a shell or due to a single point charge. And when R is equal to R means when we are on the surface. So when we are on the surface, so applying Gauss theorem, we got the result. Already I discussed that result. When P is inside the cell, we discussed the point inside the cell, electric field is 0 because Q is 0. So we discussed all these things. We derived whole of the result. Now let us go for some questions. The total electric flux through a Gaussian surface when point P is inside the shell, spherical shell, is given by electric field is 0 because the point P is inside the shell. So when P is inside the shell, so there is no charge, even there is no charge density. So there is no charge density. So the electric field inside the shell, anywhere inside the shell, is 0. The total flux density through the surface when the point P is on the surface, R is equal to R. So it is given by sigma upon epsilon naught. Already I derived this result. It is the maximum electric field due to a shell. The maximum electric field is present only on the surface of the shell. If we go inside the shell, it becomes obsolete. And if we go outside the cell, it follows the inverse square law, electric field that keeps on decreasing as the distance R keeps on increasing. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this lecture. Okay, thank you.